We're going to randomly pick roles. Once you get your role, you assume some sort of character that is non-offensive, and then you just do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And gather whatever you can to do a costuming kind of thing.
Costuming, yeah, costuming. How long, not that I don't love you all, but how long do you think this will last? It's 24 pages.
Sure, you'll have to deal with us for about 65 minutes.
It's not you, it's me.
Starting at the top of the list will be Romeo.
Oh, Liz.
Yeah, Liz.
All right, Romeo.
Man of many words.
I know.
Yeah.
So many words.
Next up will be Juliet Abraham.
Anya. Okay.
Balls.
I think final performance, we're okay. I forgot where Liz went. Okay.
Next up will be Tybalt Samson Fryer.
Laura.
Yes! I perfected it last.
To be honest, I was so set for Lady Capulet. I have like all the shit.
See, that was
You cursed yourself.
You said no preparing.
You cursed
No, I
yourself.
just said like again, like it's just a thing of costumes. I was like, I have Tybalt, I have Lady Capulet, I have Apothecary, I have Mercutio, I have Romeo, I have so many things.
Well, my friar will be the exact same person. So
Can't.
Speaking about being exactly the same, next up is Nurse Gregory.
So far, I've been the one who's nurse.
Paige.
Hello, I'm Nurse Gregory.
Nurse Gregory.
Next up is Benvolio.
You are Benvolio, Chris.
Sick.
Right, you
In the,
talk a little bit.
in the script, you are yellow.
I'm sorry.
You're color-coded yellow.
Oh, okay.
Related.
I thought you were saying I'm a coward.
yes, yeller.
By the way, Brendan, I just want to give you advance notice. Whatever role you get, I'm doing Wispy Southern Belle for Juliet, so I swear to God, if you steal that, I'm gonna cut you.
Capulet, then it's a family thing. Then it just makes
Next up is Lady Capulet, Prince. Apothecary.
I hate you so much.
That's such a good voice. I love it so much. Oh, look. Brendan.
Amazing.
My level of this is hell.
All right.
Next up is Mercutio, Prologue, and Balthazar.
Katie.
Same as last time.
Maybe last time.
Yeah, it's a lot of sames as last time.
Yeah, I swear to God, I drew them out of a box.
All right, so I believe now there's a 5-minute timer that's about to start.
All right. And
This is a mustache now.
ladies and gentlemen, places for the top of Act 1. Romeo and Juliet. Prologue, when you're ready.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their household's strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their household's rage, which, but their children's end naught could remove, is now the hour's traffic of our stage. The which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women, being weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore I will push Montague's men from the wall and thrust his maids to the wall. I will show myself a tyrant when I have fought with the men. I will be civil with the maids and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
I the heads of the maids or their maiden heads, take it in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense that they feel it.
Me they shall feel when I am able to stand, and 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well thou art not fish. Draw thy tool. Here comes to the house of Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? They turn back and run.
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, man?
Is the law on our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, ma'am? No, ma'am.
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a mistress as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
I'll say better. Here comes one of my mistress's kinsmen. Yes, better, sir.
You lie!
Draw if you be men.
Part! Fools! Put up your swords, you know not what you do.
What ho, you stuff, you beasts! On pain of torture, from those bloody hands throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of a nary word, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long.
What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Love?
Out
Of
of her
love?
favor. Out of her favor, where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still, should without eye see pathways to his will. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create, dost thou not laugh?
No, 'cause I rather weep
Good heart, at what?
at thy good heart oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Farewell, my coz.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He is some out somewhere.
Tell me in sadness, who is that you love?
What? Shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why, no, but sadly, tell me who.
Oh, in sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
Good markman, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark for cuz is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit, and in strong proof of chastity, well armed. From love's weak childish bow, she lives unharmed. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor, that when she dies with beauty, dies her store.
Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste?
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
Oh, he that is strucken blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else I'll die in debt. Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented and godden, good fellow.
Godgodaden, pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, mine own fortune and my misery.
Ye say honestly, rest ye merry.
Stay, fellow, I can read. Signor Montino and his wife and daughters, County Anselmi and his beauteous something. They're beautiful, the sisters. Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosalind, a fair assembly, whether they should come.
Up.
Whither?
My mistresses.
Indeed. I should have asked you that before.
Now, I'll tell you without asking. My mistress is the great rich Capulet, and if you not be of the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry!
At this same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest. With all the admired beauty, go thither with some that I shall show.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to recognize in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Oh, by my own virginity, what lamb? God forbid. Where's this girl? What? Juliet!
Oh, now? Who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou hearest our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, 'tis since the earthquake. Now 25 years, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it of all the days of the year upon that day. For then she could stand alone for even the day before she broke her brow. And then my husband, God be with his soul, was a merry man, took up the child. Yes, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt on the wild back when thou hast more wit. Wilt thou now, Jewel? And by my holy damn, the pretty wench left crying, said, I warrant, and I shall live 1,000 years. I never should forget it. Wilt thou know, Jewel, quoth he, and pretty fool looked upon and said,
Enough of this, I pray thee. Hold thy peace. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor were not I thine only nurse, I would say thou hadst sucked wisdom from thy teeth.
Well,
Gross.
think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus, then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. Lady, such a man as well as the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris's face. By having him, making yourself no less.
No less, nay bigger, women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris, love?
Oh, look to like, if look and like and move.
Go, girls, seek happy nights to happy days.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Oh, not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I've a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing.
Oh, to love is a tender thing, it is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Nay, that is not so. I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I,
Well, what was yours?
that dreamers often lie.
In bed, while they do dream things true?
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies, athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner squirrel or old grub. Time put out of the minds the fairies' coachmakers, and in this state she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. This is that very Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkest of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind.
This wind! You talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early for my mind misgives, some consequence yet hanging in the stars. But he that hath the stirruage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen.
Strike! Drum!
What lady is that, which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
Not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now, forswore its sight? For I never saw true beauty till this very night.
This by his voice should be a Montague. What dares the slave come hither, covered with an antic face, to flee and scorn at our solemnity? Now by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why now, kingsmen? Wherefore storm you so?
Aunt, this is a Montague, our foe.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. Let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and, to say truth, Verona brags of him, therefore be patient. Take no note of him.
I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What good men, girl? I say he shall go too. Am I the mistress here, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests.
Why, auntie, 'tis a shame.
Go to. You are a saucy girl.
I know.
Be quiet, or for shame, I'll make you quiet. Oh, what surely my heart's.
Patience perforce with willful choler meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this, my lips. Two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which manly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Our pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, least faith turn to despair.
Will they move not, while my prayer's effect I take? Thus, from my lips, by yours, my sin is purged. And that's Romeo's line that I totally just read. Saints do not move,
Sounds so much better
grant
on
for
your
prayer's sake. Yes, son.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by yours, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took? Rude.
Sin from thy lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book. Nurse! Nurse!
Nurse.
You're still muted.
I'm having a drink. Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo, he ran this way and leaped this orchard wall.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark.
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here that means not to be found.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
Oh, she speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, the most tired line in all of Shakespeare. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, and or if that will not be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. My mother's weird anyway.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art myself, though not a Montague. What a Montague? It is neither hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's another name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not called Romeo. Retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
Okay, but love. What man art thou that thus bescreened a knight so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My eyes have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither, and tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place deaf, considering who thou art. Therefore, thy wait, I lost my place. Oh, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for story limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do that dares love attempt? Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
I have night's cloak to hide me.
Oh yeah, you blend.
Ah, but thou love me. Let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prolonged, waiting of thy love.
Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear.
Oh, no. Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
Well, what shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. You suck at it. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. Sweet, good night.
Oh, well, that leave me so unsatisfied.
And, what satisfaction canst thou have tonight? This is a no-go.
The exchange of my love's faithful vow for mine.
Well, I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose, marriage. Send me word tomorrow by one I'll procure to come to thee.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night. I say good night.
I tell thee, ere thou ask it me again, I have been feasting with mine enemy. Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet, as mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. And all combine, save what thou must combine by a holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes.
I pray thee, chide not. She whom I love now doth grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love, did read by rote and could not spell. But come, young waverer, come go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Tybalt! The kinsman of old Capulet hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay! He will answer. The letter's master, how he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt? Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Oh, pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hams.
Meaning to curtsy?
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most kindly exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Why, then is my pump well flowered.
Well said. Follow me this jest now, till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain, after the wearing soul singular.
Oh, single-souled jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits think.
Switch and spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Why is this not better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo, now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature.
Here's goodly gear.
God ye morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good and fair gentlewoman.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well. If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell.
Marry, farewell, pray you, sir, a word. My young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say, I will keep to myself, but first let me tell ye, if ye should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and therefore if you should deal double with her, truly of an ill thing, to be offered to any gentleman in very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good heart, and in faith I will tell her as much. Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall at Friar Lawrence cell be shrivered and married.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
Farewell, be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What thou sayest, my dear Merce?
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, when 'twas a little parting thing. Oh, there's a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard, but she, good soul, had as life a toad, a very toad, to see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the prosper man, but I'll warrant you when I say so, she looks as pale as any cloud in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin with the letter?
Aye, nurse, what of that? Both with an R.
Ah, mocker, that's the dog's name. R is for the no. I know it begins with some other letter.
Commend me to thy lady.
1,000 times.
Oh, honeyness, what news? Hast thou met with him? Oh, now, good, sweetness. Oh, Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. Oh, if good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face. That is your face, right? Is thy news good or bad? Answer that. Say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
You have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he, though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they not be talked on, yet they are past compare.
Sweet, sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous and a kind, and a handsome, and I warn, a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
You're such a coil. What says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go all to dinner, hie you to the cell.
Hie to her fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
Come, come, thou art as hot as a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good den, a word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us, couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortst with Romeo.
Consort! What, dost thou make us minstrels, and thou make minstrels of us? Look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. There's that shall make you dance. Zounds, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze upon us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man. Romeo, the hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain, am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not accuse the injury thou hast done to me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest. I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good queen of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio.
I am hurt. A plague of both your houses. I am sped. Is he gone and hath nothing?
What? Art thou hurt?
Aye, a scratch, a scratch. Mary, 'tis enough.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. Will serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. A plague of both your houses. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague of both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your houses!
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got his mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt that an hour hath been my kinsman.
Oh, Romeo! Romeo! Brave Mercutio's dead.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
And here comes the fierce Tybalt back again.
Alive, in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Now, Tybalt, Mercutio's soul's but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou, wretched boy, that did consort him here, shall with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away be gone! The citizens are up, and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence be gone away.
Oh, I am fortune's fuel.
Gallop apace, you fire-footed steeds, and bring in cloud and night immediately. Come, gentle knight, come, loving black-browed knight. Give me my Romeo, and when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, here comes my nurse. What news?
Ay.
Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, well, dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day, gone, killed, dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, whoever would have thought it, Romeo.
Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou, but I. If he be slain, say I. Or if not, no. Brief sounds the timing of my wheel of woe.
I saw the wound, I saw with mine eyes, a piteous corpse, a bloody piteous corpse, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood and all in gore's blood. I swooned at the sight.
Oh, break my heart! Poor bankrupt, break it once!
Tybalt, the best friend I had, that ever I should live to see this dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered, or is Tybalt dead? My dear loved cousin, or my dear lord?
Tybalt is gone and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God! Did Romeo's hands shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent hearts, feed it with a flowering face.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men, all perjured, all forsworn, all not all dismemberers. Shame come to Romeo.
Oh, blister be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Oh, what a beast I was to chide him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? And my husband lives that Tybalt would have slain. And Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband.
Hie to your chamber, I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark ye, Romeo, where he will be here tonight. All to him, he is hid at Lawrence's cell.
Oh, find him. Wilt thou be gone? It is not your day. It was a nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not be gone.
Let me be taken, let me be put to death. I am content, so thou will have it so. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is't my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
Oh, it is. Ha, hence, be gone, away. Is the lark that sings so out of tune. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes. Farewell, farewell.
hear from thee every day in the hour.
Farewell. I will admit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkst thou we ever shall meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come. Adieu. Adieu.
Why, how now, Juliet?
Oh, madam, I'm not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash her from her grave with tears? No. And if thou couldst not make her live.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weepest not so much for her death as that the villain lives which slaughtered her.
What villain is that, madam?
That same villain, Romeo. We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished and all the world to nothing, that he dares ne'er come back to challenge you. Or if he do, it needs must be by stealth. Then, since the case is so stands as now it doth, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a disclout to him. Beshrew my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul too, or else beshrew them both.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in, tell my lady I'm gone to Lawrence's cell to make confession and be absolved.
Ah, Juliet, I know thy grief. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it. On Thursday next, be married to this county.
Tell me not, Friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. God joined my heart and Romeo's, thou our hands. Therefore, out of thy long experience time, give me some present counsel. Or, behold, twixt my extremes and me, this bloody knife shall play the umpire.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, if, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to kill thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away the shame, and if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me go into this new mad grave and hide me from a dead man in his shroud rather than marry Paris.
Hold, then hold. Tomorrow night look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse, no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. Each part, deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness thou shalt continue for 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there thou art dead. Then thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua.
Gimme.
Halt, get thee gone.
I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of light. Come, Val. But what if this mixture do not work at all? How if when I'm laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? Ooh, that is a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no wholesome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or, if I live, is that not like that? I so early waken, shall I not be distraught, envied with all these hideous fears? Oh, look. Methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out my Romeo that did spirit his body upon Arabia's point. Say, Tybalt, say, Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee. I'm still drinking, hold on.
Come, is the bride ready for church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Death is my son-in-law. Death is my heir. My daughter, he hath wedded death.
Go, everyone, prepare to follow this fair corpse unto her grave.
News from Verona. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady?
I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you.
Is it even so? Then I defy stars. Hast that no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells. What ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that art poor. Hold, here's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, and will disperse itself throughout all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
Ooh, such mortal drugs I have, but Matsua's law is death to any that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness, and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression starveth in thine eyes.
My poverty, but not my will consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Okay, put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Ah, there is thy gold. Oh, for here lies Juliet and her beauty makers. This vault of feasting presents full of light. Death, lie thou there by a dead man interred. Oh, my love, my wife. Death hath sucked the honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Oh, dear Juliet, why art thou there, yet so fair? Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace, and lips, oh, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide, here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
Oh, Saint Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled. Who's there? Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill, unlucky thing. Romeo? Oh, pale, what? Paris too? Where did Paris come from? And steeped in blood? What? And what an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance? The lady stirs.
comfortable friar. Where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from the nest of death. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead.
What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. Oh, Charles, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after.
Come, stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet.
Oh, get thee hence, for I will not away. Mwah! Thy lips are warm.
Oh, we dare no longer stay.
Creepy. Yeah, noise? Then I'll be brief. Oh, you're gone.
No, I'm not. There's no stage direction that says I leave. I'm gonna watch everything.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
You just let
Oh,
this
no.
happen. You just let this happen. Oh, happy dagger!
Oh, no.
This is a sheath.
Oh, crap. Oh,
I'm not done dying yet. They'll rust and let me die.
oh no.
Oh! Oh!
I made mistakes.
Yes, you did.
Mistakes were made.
What misadventures is so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest? The people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and all run, with open outcry toward our monument. What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Say at once what thou dost know in this.
Romeo, there, dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she there, dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined, because they
Where-
were cousins.
Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discord too, have lost a brace of kingsmen. All are punished. A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun, for sorrow, will not show his head, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
I decided to take advantage of the fact that there was no stage direction for me to leave, and I stand by it.
I was
like,
like,
oh.
I'm like, you stay? Like, a girl picks up a dagger and you're like, that seems legit. I'm gonna pull up my short
I was
shorts.
like, when do I leave?